Dave Lee has just explained how Tesla will get to 20 million vehicles per year and exactly how many units of each model he thinks Tesla will sell. Dave Lee has been a Tesla stock investor for about a decade now, and he is one of the most respected Tesla stock bulls out there. So let's take a look.
All right, so what is Tesla's possible road to 20 million vehicles per year? What is a vehicle breakdown? So no one knows for sure. It all depends on the product, on demand, etc. Even Tesla has probably rough figures, but it's not exact. So here's a list of my rough guesses. So first off, 15 million vehicles, plus or minus, right, a couple million, is going to be based off of the Tesla compact vehicle. I think it's going to be multiple vehicles, perhaps at least 2, if not 3 vehicles, meeting different types of needs, also perhaps customized for each geography.
Yeah, there is also a possibility that Tesla may design vehicles for specific markets also, but Elon mentioned before that Tesla will design an electric car in China for the global market, not just for the local market. Back in 2020, Elon Musk talked about creating a China design and engineering center. He said, I think China has some of the best art in the world, and I think it's something that would be appreciated on a worldwide basis. I think it should be done, and we are going to do it. The interesting part here was that the car may be as radical as a Cybertruck, something that we are not expecting at all.
You have 2 to 3 million vehicles, which would be the Tesla Model Y and the Model 3, predominantly the Tesla Model Y.
Keep in mind that Dave here is talking just about 20 million vehicles per year. If or when Tesla delivers more than that, I think there is a possibility for Tesla to keep growing the Model 3 and Model Y sales. Not by a whole lot more, but eventually, if the costs keep coming down, then maybe up to 4 million and perhaps up to 5 million, probably no more than that.
Next, you have 1 to 2 million Tesla vans. Perhaps to be conservative, 1 million. If you want to be aggressive, 2 million. Then you have 500,000 of Model S, X, and Cybertrucks. The Cybertruck, I would love to see it sell in the millions, but the reality is the pickup truck market is largely a North America market. And because of that, it is somewhat limited in size compared to some of these other market segments.
Here are the top 10 world's best-selling vehicles. You will see that Ford F-Series is number 3, then Chevrolet Silverado is right here as well in the top 10, as well as the Ram pickup is also here. They are all selling over 500,000 each. Now, in the F-Series, we have multiple different pickups, but I think that the Cybertruck or all of the pickup trucks that Tesla will make eventually, if somehow the Cybertruck does not sell as well as expected with combined Tesla pickup truck sales, I think Tesla will beat Ford sales when it comes to trucks. At a bare minimum, I would expect at least 500,000 pickup truck sales a year from Tesla.
Then you have the Tesla Semi, perhaps at 500,000 per year.
Based on Tesla's data, there are about 3 million semi sales per year. So if Tesla sells 500,000 of these per year, that would be less than 20% of the total market, which I think is very reasonable. Only Tesla currently is building semis that actually have good specs. Everyone else, when I look at the specs, charging is too slow, the range is not good, everything is just bad. They will eventually also figure out how to make semis, just like companies are figuring out how to build passenger cars that are EVs, but it will take some time. Tesla definitely has a huge advantage here, and Tesla is building that huge factory in Nevada that will build these semis.
And then the Tesla Bus at 100,000 to 200,000 per year.
It is not really clear if Tesla will build buses because Elon said maybe we won't need them anymore if we have full self-driving. So that remains to be seen still. It wouldn't be a huge number anyway, and sales of buses are not that easy because you have to have salespeople basically going out there and selling these buses. It's a little bit of a more difficult sales process, really. It's not just, oh, you just put up a website and you just click a few buttons and you order. It doesn't really work like that, although If your offering is so much more better, then you could probably get away with it. But even if Tesla does end up actually making a bus, I think Tesla will just prioritize the Semi instead. And only once it is clear that Tesla absolutely needs to build a bus and they cannot really keep scaling the semis as easily, I think only then really Tesla will build a bus.
Taking a step back, yes, I do think Tesla has a clear path to reach 20 million vehicles per year. The large majority of the vehicles that Tesla makes will be probably Tesla compact vehicle or the different models of the Tesla compact.
I think we can definitely replace probably with will be the compact or the next generation vehicle, or basically cheaper vehicles than what Tesla has currently. The only way that does not happen is if somehow Tesla just stops innovating and they just never release any cheaper vehicles.
As Tesla is going into this low cost market, Tesla is going to go head to head with the big automakers like Toyota and VW, etc.
I personally think it would be more accurate to say that GM, Toyota, Ford, VW, they will be struggling to catch up with Tesla. They won't just be going head to head with Tesla, they will be struggling to keep up. That's what I think. If they were much more serious about their EV transition years ago, then this wouldn't be happening like this. But right now, not only will they be struggling to keep up with Tesla, they will really struggle just to keep up with a company like BYD. If you're talking about competition, I would say BYD is really the biggest one in the auto industry for Tesla.
Now, these other automakers have a whole lineup of these cheap IC cars that people have been driving and buying for many, many years. So for Tesla to succeed in this market, they need to provide an exceedingly better car, a car that has a much stronger value proposition. And for a lot of people, it needs to be a no-brainer. The car needs to be a better driving experience in terms of performance, in terms of comfort, reliability, even cost of ownership.
If you do actual math for how much it costs to own a Model 3 or a Model Y compared to an equivalent, you will realize that already it is cheaper than an equivalent gasoline car. In the next generation of vehicles, I think that will become even more apparent. So even the people that are not that good at math and planning for the future, there will come a time where the difference is going to be absolutely apparent, and not only will it actually cost less, the car will be better, it will be faster, it will have a good range, and it will have better comfort overall. For example, I, as a Canadian, I really love getting into my Tesla car and the air that's coming out of the vents, it's warm immediately. I don't need to wait for 5 to 10 minutes for the air to heat up. That's a no-brainer. When my wife experienced that for the first time, she never looked back after that.
And it's going to be great to deliver on features like FSD, where the car can drive itself as well. So can Tesla deliver on these ambitious goals? In my opinion, I think they can.
Dave Lee is using careful words, and I certainly appreciate that. I would be a little bit more bullish here, and I would say, instead of can, I would say most likely Tesla will deliver on these things. It's never 100%. There are always probabilities. Even if, for example, a probability is 99.99999%, it's still not 100%. But most likely, yes, I think it will happen.
They delivered on the Model S, the X, the Model 3, and the Model Y. Now they're taking their next step to make huge, significant cost reductions and efficiency improvements in designing and manufacturing their next generation compact vehicle. My bet's on Tesla, and I'm excited to see how things are going to roll out in the next few years.
I think not just the next few years are going to be excited, but there is a possibility that the next few months may be quite exciting. Number one, we know that Elon is going to China. And number two, we heard that there is this rumor that Tesla may unveil the refresh Model 3 in the beginning of April. It's just a rumor, so it may not happen. But if it does, that's going to be exciting. And earlier we heard from Mexico's official that Tesla will unveil the next generation vehicle once the factory breaks ground. Again, sort of a rumor, but if it's one of those that actually becomes a reality, that will be quite exciting. And these numbers are from Stephen Mark Ryan. Keep in mind, Stephen's numbers are based on 30 million total deliveries. I don't think he's projecting these for 2030, although I'm not entirely sure. But what he thinks is going to happen is that the Model 3 is going to max out at about 4 million together. Cybertruck is going to be 1 million roughly, and then the next generation vehicle, which I think is the Model Q here because, you know, it's shorter, that would be about 10 million. And then he thinks we will have another even cheaper vehicle after that, which would sell 15 million. And then the van, I think, the V1, I think that's the van. He thinks that would be 250,000. And then the semi, of course, 69 deliveries. Of course, that's a joke. And then the S and X, he thinks would be at 200,000. The absolute most important thing here is that Tesla is working on lowering the costs of production. If you just release a new model, but it doesn't cost a lot less to produce than the other models, the alternatives from the competition, then it does not matter that you have a new model. So that's really the most important thing. The exact deliveries of each model, I don't think these are as important as the actual reduction of costs. And this is the Tesla Stop Buying Opportunity explained by Elon Musk. My name is Matt Posius. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.